right, perfect. Well, glad you were able to make it, Fofox. It's fine either way. I mean, like I said, it's. I know you look forward to it and stuff. I'm not saying anything that way, but I'm just saying, obviously for me, it's fine. So, but I'm glad you're able to make it. I mean, it's not like, oh, it's fine. So who cares that she's here or something? I mean, that's not what I'm saying. Obviously, I think it's okay. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm enjoying this game. Um, it's a little bit. It's not a problem exactly. It's a little bit the same problem, kind of, that you had in the first game, where when Critter speaks, you don't know what the crap he's actually saying. But I mean, I still enjoy it. It's just like guesswork, kind of. Well, what happens if I choose Halapep? What does he say? Or what is the result of that? Sometimes you get something, sometimes you don't. So, of all the things they could do, they had to choose an alien that doesn't speak the common language, so no characters besides others of his race understand what he's saying. That's fine, though. Yeah, I am glad you were able to come back and sleep. If you fall asleep during this, by the way, I won't be offended in the slightest. But it is nice that you tried to make it and that you are here now. That's nice. Yeah, I need to tonight, probably, huh? Right after I get off the stream. I need to start working on, and then between today and maybe the next couple of days, put together and finish my Halloween announcement video. So that I can have those officially out there and stuff. I do still want to do a poll, though. Like Somni had suggested for what I'm going to do on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. But beyond that, I don't know really what I need to figure out. So, well, I mean, I always fall asleep too. Either you're falling asleep or I'm falling asleep is pretty much the way it works. So, sometimes both. Yeah, so obviously, I think you remember this year it's on a Saturday, so you have the whole 24-hour gamut anytime within. I'm not saying you need to be there for the 24 hours. That's my job. Your job is to, only if it works in your schedule, figure out when you want to come and stop by, and then stop by at whatever time you decide. And only if it works out for your schedule. You have no job except to worry about your own schedule first, and then if it works out, then stop by and say hi whenever you feel like you're able to do that. All right, let's just go ahead and get into the game, I think. Somni said she might be able to stop by, so you may or may not see her tonight, depending on whether she figured out if she could make it or not. So, Somni also has been on one or two of these streams with this game, so she said she's enjoying it, although I don't know if she's really following along because of her schedule. She's had to miss a couple of times, so I don't know if she's caught up during the week or not. Not sure. Never really know, technically, on any of this kind of stuff, right? Like, okay, can I actually do what I wanted to do instead of doing what Windows is telling me I have to do? Windows always is like, this is the most important window. No, it's not. The window I'm using is the most important one, dummy. All right, let's see if this works out now. Maybe. Because she was tired, and so she's feeling better now. So hopefully you guys are both doing okay. And hopefully my stream is fixed now also. Okay, so I need to figure out... I'm supposed to... I do something with these two, but there's also... I don't need to get inside the ship. I'm trying to think... Probably what I want to do... We're trying to get... So... Have you caught up Somni separately, or do you need me to give you a very brief summary to kind of get you back up to it? Oh, the stream messed up. Yeah, I had to close it and restart it. Sorry about that, Fofox. Maybe you didn't quite catch it. Maybe I closed it too fast. Sorry. Yeah, I had to completely shut down my streaming software and then reopen it to be able to fix the problem. It was locked up. So I have the game window. I went to the game windows to show it so you guys could see it on the stream, and it wasn't showing up. So I changed the input to a different window, and apparently that window the OBS software decided to hang when I switched to that other window. So I had to completely kill the software and then come back in, and then it was fixed. So sorry about that. Glad you're back on, though. Okay, what is the last thing you remember, Somni? And I'll briefly summarize, because it doesn't take all that long to say this is the stuff that happened. It's not like I'm going to tell you what object I grabbed, where I found it, where I used it to interact, and stuff like that. I don't have to do all that, right? I'll just give you a general summary of where we are now in the story. That is, of course, if you remember where you left off. So you had the beginning where Nate was on the airship. You remember that, right? And Mazaz, the bounty hunter lady, was on her own airship. She ended up getting on board. Nate went down below deck and locked himself in, managed to use some cunning to get rid of Mazaz, but then his airship crashed into a floating island of ice. Do you remember that? Hey, Stargoods, welcome. Thanks for joining me on the stream again. Yeah. Stream before last. Okay. So you got the whole... Nate was basically going to be boiled in the pot of soup. And Critter, this guy right here, was going to go try to help free Nate, right? So we were able to basically... here, I'll show you really fast. We basically, kind of, it's not shined. I don't know how you want to say it, how do you describe it. We kind of cleaned snow off of the side of the ice cave. So, let's go here really fast. I'll show you. So, a little bit of lag for maybe the next 45 minutes or so. I had a video processing, didn't quite finish before I started the stream, but because this is a lightweight graphically game versus other games like Vampire or something, I figured I'd just let it run instead of stopping it and starting it over again after the stream. So right here, we kind of cleared this, just shined this up, so there's a reflection. So while Cornelius over here was still, he's got that split personality disorder, right? Half the time he thinks he's Cornelius, and half the time he thinks he's the Yeti. He was in Yeti mode, Yeti personality at the time. And so we basically, Critter, not Nate, but Critter, okay, had been over here in the cave. Nate was over in that pot of soup. So Critter basically, what did he use to create a distraction? Maybe he pulled this, I don't remember. He did something that caused the Yeti to come over and investigate. In the meantime, when the Yeti came over here, Cornelius, the Yeti, came over here, Critter went over right here and hid. Okay? And then Cornelius, or the Yeti, came back here, saw his reflection, and thought it was another Yeti, so got aggressive, smacked himself on the head, and flipped back to Cornelius mode. So he's in Cornelius mode right now. With all that happening then, we were able to successfully free Nate without a problem because Cornelius didn't care. Actually, I think Cornelius was even unconscious at the time. Okay, so that's where all of this ended up in here in the cave, okay? And then outside, last time, we saw Critter here, and we agreed to kind of team up together. Nate had to prove that he was a master thief in order for the other aliens that are with Critter to trust him. And so they said, well, we had an antenna. That antenna was taken from us by Petra. the girl over here that had, you know, the PETA girl, but she's like Petra, right? So she was here with her box. So she had the antenna. She used that for her sign, you know, blah, 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 help Petra or whatever on her sign, right? So we used cunning, tricked her, got her to eat a sandwich, but we put a little penguin, or not a little penguin, a baby critter. So outside of the ship, there was a baby critter watching his papa work on stuff. So we took the baby critter, put it in the sandwich, gave it to Petra. Petra took a bite, didn't bite the baby critter, of course. This is supposed to be fine for kids, so we didn't get gross or anything. She bit into the sandwich, but then saw the fur from the baby critter, thought she'd eaten an animal or something, got grossed out. She went and threw up. So while she was gone, we took the antenna out of the sign and returned it to them. So now they trust us. So we're supposed to, yeah, exactly. So now we're supposed to negotiate getting the part. So over here, inside this submarine here, inside the submarine, is Mundungus, the corrupt orc guy. If you've played the original game, and, you know, not this, but the original game, you've seen him, otherwise that's fine, but he's like his orc leader guy, greedy for power and stuff. Anyway, he made an arrangement prior to the game beginning with the aliens, the critter aliens, and they were supposed to get him something in exchange for a part they need to get their ship going. Well, he has the part. He refused to give it to him. He went back on his deal. So we're master thieves. We've proven ourselves master thieves now. So we're paired up with Critter, and we're supposed to try to get past these guards at the entrance of the sub and presumably get inside and steal it and then leave. So that's kind of where we've left off. Okay, that's pretty much caught you up to everything that's happened so far. So we got the solvents and the label, and I don't know where you use either of those. There probably is some piece or part or something lying around that I've not seen yet since the last events that happened, and so I've not yet figured out. Oh, I can search the chest.
They say lunatics are incredibly strong. Still, it's hard to imagine Petra hiking all the way to the Northlands with this thing on her back. Let's see. A water bottle. Water is the only thing there's enough of here in the Northlands, at least in frozen form. Nope, just t-shirts and caps. If I need to make a fire, I know where to find them.
Okay, so we're done with that. I wonder if we... Curious. And we can switch. So I can click this and now I will play as Critter for a bit. But Critter has nothing on him, if memory serves. So, yeah, Critter has nothing in inventory. He can put stuff in inventory, but he doesn't have anything currently. I wonder if we've actually talked to Cornelius while we're here, and if so, I don't know if he can understand us. Talk to the strange person. Yeah, he doesn't know that he's Cornelius yet. Oh, he's saying no, he doesn't want to. Oh. Okay, Critter. You coward. I don't know if there's anything here he wants to kife. Very possibly no. So, by the way, Stargoods, how have you been? It's been just last week. I think you were on the stream also, right? How's the week been for you? Oh, look at the cell? That's exactly what I was going to say. How did you know? You don't lock yourself in? Fine. That's also look at the cell? Oh, so I can't do anything with any of that stuff. Alright. Used to be a horseshoe here, but we used that a while ago. none of this stuff. Looks like pretty much where we're going to exit. So it looks like, at least right now, Critter doesn't really have a role to play up here with Cornelius. All right. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I played Myst. I played a little bit of... Played and beat Myst. I played a little bit of Riven, but I kind of... So when I played Myst, my roommate and I kind of did it together. At the time I was in college. My roommate and I did it together as kind of a, a game to kind of, just a fun little time to hang out together or whatever kind of thing. And we played and beat Myst together. We started doing Riven, but then the school year came to an end and we went our separate ways. And I still own Riven, but I've not played it since. I never got back around to it. Probably because I think around that time, I was playing EverQuest with my sister and now ex-brother-in-law. And then I also started playing like Neverwinter Nights. And what's the ice setting one? Icewind Dale. I started playing, I got into more of those kind of games for a while. And I was replaying Diablo and Diablo 2. So I got in that mode for a number of years, probably 3-ish years. And then mid-2000s, I started playing a lot of Halo, stuff like that, so... Yeah, I mean, the puzzle, in fairness, even for full-grown adults, sometimes on the puzzles we're like, kind of a thing. We had to try to really strain our brains and figure them out. It's sort of the same thing for a lot of point and clicks, right? You're like, okay, most of the time it's more like, what are they expecting me to click here? Not so much what can I click. So when I get to a point where I'm stumped on a lot of point and clicks like these, like the Book of Unwritten Tales series, I can usually kind of move my mouse around and say, is there something here that I'm missing? But in the case of Riven, it wasn't you were missing something. It was you had everything, and you're supposed to figure out what you're supposed to do with it. Oh, Knights of the Old Republic, huh? Yeah, I should probably look at because those, I didn't play those. Yeah, I was kind of, like I said, I was like more in the RPG mode for the first maybe half of the decade. Like, I was saying, like, Neverwinter Nights, Icewind Dale. I did Magic of Steamworks and Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura was the name of the game I did. I did, actually, this was also into the early 2000s as well. Last part of the 90s, I would, like, every couple of years, I'd come to another one. So the last part of the 90s and into the first part of the 2000s, I was doing the original Thief games. I did some of the Lords of the Realm games. Anyway, yeah. I did Age of Empires. I did a lot of those games too. I've kind of gotten not entirely, but mostly perma-burned out on games like Age of Empires or Warcraft or StarCraft or any of those. I'm almost burned out on those. It's very rare that somebody can get me to play those. It's just not... I don't know. I just don't ever seem to be in the mood anymore. I've tried a couple of different times to start up again. I never seem to be in the mood. So... Oh, I also did, and I learned the hard way that this was a super grindy game. I also did Dungeon Siege around that time. Yeah, awful. Anyway, so those were the kind of games I tended to be in around that time. Because I'm sure a lot of people, not maybe you specifically, but a lot of people kind of wonder. Like I've had like Patak and In Love and Artur and other people on my channel. I've had them ask me before, like, "Hey, what games were you really into, like last decade, like in the 2000s?" And I have to go back and I have to remember. I'm like, "Oh, I was playing this, and I was playing this, and I was playing this," but they were kind of trends. So I had those RPGs / isometric games. The first part, well, isometric / micromanagement, like Age of Empires and stuff. Those are kind of the first half of the decade. Then right around, or to about 2004-ish, Then about for the next 3-4 years, I was really more into like Halo and gosh, I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't even remember now. But those kind of games, more shooters and stuff. And then I got to the latter part of the decade and the first part of the 2010s, and I was more into games like when Dead Island came out. I played that. I was more like first person hack and slash. Even though Dead Island had like guns and stuff, I did more of the hack and slash. I was more in that type of a mode. So anyway, and then I circled back to RPGs, but more like Gothic 2, Vampire, although obviously that's much later, but those kinds of RPGs more. So this is what? Look very closely? Okay. Am I going to find something here? Looks like it. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just being silly. Yep, he's just being random. Okay, that's great. Look very closely. He's like, okay, I don't know why I look very close. That was silly. Look at the penguin. Why is look at the penguin way over here? But where the penguin is, I can't. Okay. Yeah, see, Fofox, this isn't cruel. The penguin just wants to run. We're just giving him a surface to run on where he'll stay in place. Well, it's not cruel. The penguin would run either way, so... Yeah, some of the mid-2000s also... Yeah, that was another... I was doing some first-person shooters, and then I was also doing some point-and-clicks in the mid-2000s as well. I've done point-and-clicks off and on again throughout all my gaming history, though. I started, well, when they first started coming out, like some of the early King's Quest ones and stuff, when they got out of just where you had to type, and they got into actually point-and-click. So I did some of those. I did some of the Broken Sword type games. I didn't do Broken Sword. I didn't get introduced to Broken Sword until mid-2000s, and I only played the third game. But I was doing some stuff like Lands of Lore was one of the ones that I did that was point and click. Well, kind of point and click. It was actually move like arrow keys to move forward and side and stuff, but then you use your mouse to click on things. So it was like a blend, I guess, keyboard but also point and click. Anyway. Use the springboard, he just plays with it and like use it to spring himself off. So that's not gonna, I'm assuming, be helpful at this point. Have I had him look at the wreck? Nate doesn't, says, well, that's going to use a lot of repairs. But he doesn't really find anything to grab or anything. So I don't know if... I also don't remember if there's a way for a character to hand something to another character. I think you do. I think you get into like dialogue or something, and then one of the options in dialogue is like give something to so and so. I think. I'm not totally sure, but I think so. Yeah, I'm not seeing, except for going back to the speaker, but I don't know why I would talk to them in speaker. I could just go inside because I'm one of them. Let's see if there's something inside. I'm pretty sure I checked last time, but... Oh! Here's another bottle. So if I swap those... Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do, probably. I don't know if this helps you see my perspective on the election, but I have this hat. So I don't know if that helps give my perspective on the election, Stargoods, but I'm not exactly a fan of either candidate, but I definitely, honestly, with my principles and values, I definitely think Trump would be the better choice of the two. I'd like somebody who's not as brash as Trump is, but I mean, you can't exactly, I mean, beggars can't really be choosers either. You're going to get whoever is running. If there isn't somebody better running, you kind of have to go with what's left. So, okay, so if I do, maybe combine this with, no, I can't put that in. Oh, but I could put the label on the bottle.
I stuck the yellow label to the bottle. It'll hold as long as it's damp.
Give that to Critter.
Here.
Now I'll swap over to Critter. See if I can swap out the bottle. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, see, that the reason, so I disagree with a lot of Biden's politics, right? But I disagree with a lot of Trump's politics too. So, as far as the candidate itself goes, Biden seems okay. He seems like a decent fellow overall. Somebody I would disagree with, but he seems okay overall. But like Somni said, one, it feels like he's being, you know, pushed into doing it at gunpoint. Number one. But number two, it also looks like
Tokaluk.
He looks like Tokaluk, I guess. Anyway, but also, he's not well overall, and I'm really worried that if he becomes president, he won't last very long into the presidency. He'll either be no longer fit to be president, like he'll have some mental breakdown or something completely, and he won't be fit anymore, and so they'll do article whatever it is, where they replace it and stuff. Or he'll actually die. In either of those cases, Kamala Harris becomes the president. As the vice president, she becomes the new president. She is radical. I do not like her at all. She said, effectively, she said, yeah, it's fine they're burning down the cities. Let's go ahead and let the cities burn. What the hell kind of position is that? I don't care if you agree with the basic idea of Black Lives Matter or something like that. I don't care if you agree with the basic idea of that or not. I have a problem with saying it's okay for you to destroy anybody else's property. No repercussions. I do not agree with that at all. So I have a hard time with that. I do not want her to become president. And that's the thing. If you get... I mean, it was a Freudian slip in fairness. Okay, it was a Freudian slip. But she even at one point, there's a clip where she says, in a Harris administration with Joe Biden, are you trying to tell us something? Are you planning on offing him soon? Like, I don't know. Like I said, there's plenty of stuff Trump does I don't agree with. There are positions he's taken I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. But it's choose your poison, honestly. Which is better? Which is going to screw the country? Which is going to potentially improve the country? There are good things Trump has done that have helped the country, I think, too. So, yeah, exactly. That's my perspective. That's why. That's exactly why. If it was actually Biden and Biden were healthy mentally and physically and going to continue throughout, and there was no worry that something was going to happen, I might reconsider. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. So I'd look through policy positions again and say, am I actually okay with what he stands for? But it'd be much more likely with Biden than with Harris. I cannot stand Harris. I'm sorry, but I really cannot. I don't know what this means, but okay, Critter. Penguin. Oh yeah, and then the penguin waves back, that's right. That's cute. Okay. Oh, right, open the hatch, but I can't do that right now because he's guarding.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Nothing. He's like, whatever, screw you. Okay, so let's switch back to Nate. Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I'm not saying he is like that. I definitely agree with you. Yeah, it's not even close. They act like he's Hitler or something. It's not even close. Like all the media saying that he is a fascist. Okay, if he was a fascist, would you be able to express your opinions opposing him? Like one of the hallmarks of fascism is that media can't express itself freely. You're still able to say stuff. How the frick are you is he fascist? He would just because he says he doesn't like what you say, he's not stopping you from saying it. He's just saying you guys are one-sided and super biased. Whether you agree that that's true or not, there should be nothing wrong with his expressing his own opinion. You can express yours. He should be able to express his. What's the big deal? I don't know. Anyway. Can I not? I can't give brandy to either of these? Get the penguin drunk on brandy. Oh, snap. And then the penguin will give him enough trouble. Maybe they'll chase it and it'll run away.
That would be useless, dangerous, and horrible. People would say that I have no respect for these noble creatures. I have moral objections.
Sure you do.
I understand the desire to get a penguin drunk, but I'm not the right man for this job.
Okay. So what if we give this brandy back to Critter and then have Critter get the penguin drunk? I feel like getting the penguin drunk, it wouldn't have even been an option if it wasn't something you were supposed to do. So I feel like maybe that's what you're supposed to do in this situation, is get the penguin drunk. Alright, so now... There we go. Let's see if Critter will do it. Critter has no understanding, so he has no moral objections, right? Critter's just like, here, take it all. Shaking him like a cocktail. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, this is good. Okay. Now what? Does Nate do anything with the penguin? I expected the penguin to start doing stuff on its own, but it's just kind of swaying now.
Standing around in a tuxedo, drunk. Huh.
It's still like the play, like animation's going, so I don't know. I guess I have to wait. Click it again? No, I just clicked it again. Okay. Go to the penguin. Oh, this is great. Now he gets all angry. And he doesn't like
Poisoned
a
a penguin
sign
with
right
alcohol
before.
in order to send a human to his watery grave. I love non-violent games.
All right. Oh my goodness, that penguin made me laugh so hard I cried. Hang on. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I understand the desire to get a penguin drunk.
I rather doubt the hatch can be opened from here. Nothing budged.
Cleaning solvent on there? No. I mean, it's cleaning, so it's not necessarily rust removal, but... That's one of the 2 guards eliminated anyway.
Miserable tin cans. I lived in Red Harbor for a while and was always afraid they'd come and get me at night. Luckily, they rattled so loud that I was warned and able to hide from them. Miserable tin cans. Luckily, they...
Okay, so that's the same. He won't let me go in here because he's right by the door. I need to potentially... Oh, I can look at the hole, I guess. I need to potentially either lure him here also, or get something else to distract this other guard. One of the two. Probably get something else
The
to
water
distract
looks
him.
awfully cold. I wouldn't go swimming there. The water looks awfully...
Okay. So nothing new after the first click.
This isn't a zoo shrine. No admittance for penguins and other critters.
I wonder if he could squeeze in the hatch, maybe. Probably won't be able to open it, but... No, he's not going to squeeze in, though, apparently.
Is Munkus planning to start a war here? Why else does he have those modern weapons? Goblin rockets aren't cheap. They're worth their weight in gold down south. I like things traditional. Cannonballs, swords, fireballs. That's the way they fought when I was a kid. This is so impersonal.
And that's it. Okay, so nothing more with weapons at this point. All right, let's leave for now. There's gotta be something else we can do to get rid of that last guard. Oh, nice. They even show from the distance. They even show no second guard over here on the right. Good. Good job.
I hope they know what they're doing. At least they look nerdy enough. Hello. How's it coming on?
Very broken.
Yeah, looks like it.
Spare parts missing.
Spare parts? Like what?
A piston. A steam engine.
You're missing a piston for the steam engine? Don't you have something like that down in your workshop?
No, too bad. And machine oil. Finest machine oil. Need. Urgent.
Damn. All right, I'll take care of it.
It's not exactly oil, but, you know. Alright. So we need to find that also, apparently. Piston and engine oil of some kind. What if we could get some random item in here as it works as a piston? I don't remember seeing anything, though, for that. Don't know. I do not know where a piston will be found. So I'll look around this cave with a Yeti in the sea. Why is there this lock yourself in option for both him and Critter? I guess he goes Yeti at some point again, and you have to do that to protect yourself or something. I don't know. Seems weird though. Even if that does end up happening, it seems weird to have it at this point in the game, and not just as a dialogue point, because it keeps showing up again and again, which is odd. So it's not just like a little funny dialogue bit. It's actually apparently an option at some point, except that he refuses to do it right now. Yeah, I don't really see anything in here right now, other than talking with Cornelius, which probably will get me nothing new. Oh, maybe I could ask him if he's seen something like a piston or something. Maybe. Let me think about that. Maybe I could ask him if he knows.
Hey, Cornelius!
Cackle?
What is the code word?
It made you cackle, Somni. Did you cackle like Kamala Harris? Such a fake laugh annoys the crap out of me.
Is it Fuzzy Bunny?
No! You've just given yourself away, Yeti.
That was just a test to see if you were paying attention.
Oh, all right. And what is the actual code word?
I don't have a code wheel on me, and I never understood that business with the dice.
What are you talking about? The code word. Now!
Code word? What code word?
The password I gave you.
I'd like to give it to you, Cornelius, but first you have to tell me what the word is.
I didn't.
No. And why do we need a code word?
Don't you understand? The Yeti in the ice. First, the Yeti was there. Then I looked again, and suddenly there was a scruffy person. A prisoner, as I first thought.
Yes, and then there was a good-looking adventurer.
Precisely. Now you understand.
Well, not exactly.
Don't you see what this means? The Yeti is a shapeshifter. Hmm?
And since the Yeti is a shapeshifter,
I can never be certain what form he will use to creep in here.
and thus the code word.
Correct. The hairy beast has led me round by the nose long enough, but I know his secret now.
Aha! And what is the code word?
Melon.
I need the finest machine oil for fixing the Mary.
I've got very good oil, a whole can full.
Excellent!
But I can't give it to you.
Uh,
Well, I need it for my Yeti disguise.
I don't need much, just a few drops.
And what if those few drops should make the difference between victory and defeat? What if I'm sneaking up on the Yeti, and just before I pounce on him, my suit squeaks? And then I would think, if you hadn't given that nice young man your fine machine oil, then...
All right! That means I'll only get the machine oil once you've caught the Yeti.
Correct.
Terrific.
I wonder if we can get him as a Yeti trapped inside here or something. What? But then how would that... It's not like he could just climb out and be outside the cage on his own in the human form. Yeah, I don't know how that actually will help.
Goodbye, Cornelius. Try not to fall on your head.
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't even realize the significance of that. Okay. So we could potentially get machine oil from him, but not right now. How are we gonna find, like... find a Yeti that we can... something that will stand as if it were the Yeti to then... maybe the guard, but then you'd have to lure the guard all the way up to the cave. I don't know about that. Not sure. Okay, let's see what's in here. Yeah, you can lock yourself in the cage. Oh, you know what? But then how do you get back out? Maybe that's why you can lock yourself in the cage. Somehow... that, yeah, maybe. So my thought was maybe somehow you could get the Yeti costume off of Cornelius, put it on yourself, lock yourself in the cage. Cornelius will see it and go, "Oh, we've caught the Yeti," and then, you know, you proceed from there. Maybe. But maybe also no. I don't know. Huh. That almost looks like a yardstick that I would find at my parents' place. Or lying out in the yard or something. Strange. Yardstick in the yard, I see. No, but anyway. Since I can't interact with this outside of, I'm pretty sure I can't, yeah, dump that in or something. And there was nothing in here of all these things? I mean, in fairness, like, mostly they're junk, right? This is looks like probably a super old keyboard, for example, that also has been, over time, a little bit here and there, covered with some snow. What am I gonna put? So I could potentially trade this out for the oil also, but I don't even know where the oil is, number one, to know if it even is close to the same appearance. And two, I don't know how I would trade that out without Cornelius noticing either. It's not rust remover. I can't talk. It's not rust remover, but maybe the cleaning solvent could be used on the cage to make sure I can get out later or something. Yeah. So, given your suggestion, Somni, what I'm thinking is maybe if I somehow lock myself in the cage, right, and I pull the door shut, then I tell Cornelius. Cornelius might run at it, smack the cage, fall unconscious, and then when he wakes up, he'll be in Yeti mode. Maybe while he's unconscious, I can get his Yeti costume from him or something. I still feel like we need to, I don't know about behind the bars per se, but I still feel like maybe we need to get the Yeti costume off of Cornelius somehow. And then we have that we can use to show Cornelius, oh, there's the Yeti or whatever. So then Cornelius 1 will be able to see the Yeti and think, okay, you guys have taken care of it. And 2, of course, will be able to control more so, if that even comes into play later, whether he goes in Yeti mode or Cornelius mode, maybe. Let's try cleaning solvent on this. No.
I've got an idea. If Cornelius is as crazy as I think, I might be able to get him out of the way with this. Hey, Cornelius!
What is the code word?
Melon. Bratburger liverwurst?
Melon.
I can't hear you. Come over here if you want something from me.
So I need something to project his voice so that he'll turn and see me. It's what it's looking like. Okay, what if I do this?
Goodbye, Cornelius. Try not.
And I switch to Critter. And then I have Critter go all the way up. Maybe. Switch all the way back, I guess. Now the question becomes, if I go to Critter now, is Nate going to get out of this or not? Nope, looks like he's staying in there. Okay, so now, what if I go here and then I grab Cornelius' attention, maybe? Nope. Switch him, maybe. He has to go all the way back. Guess he's gonna go all the way back, huh? Yeah. So he doesn't want to lock himself in there. He won't talk to Cornelius, though, either. Where's going to be something like something that can project his voice? I don't have, as far as I know, a what do you call it? Whatever that is, the plastic thing that you use to shout and make your voice louder. Megaphone. I don't think I have a megaphone anywhere or anything that would work like a megaphone. Maybe there's something somewhere else. None of this, right? I was about to leave, but yeah, I've checked all that already. Is there something on the ship, maybe? Is there anything around here that looks like a megaphone thing? Not that I could tell. This kinda, but not really, and it kind of goes into that, and you can't interact with it. That kind of also, but again, you can't interact with it. This sounds almost like you're in heaven or something. It's very strange. Or maybe you're in, what was the movie where the kid, like 10 years old or something, gets in the ship and then he flies the ship around, like over the ocean and stuff? I can't remember what movie that was. It sounds like maybe music that would play around that time. There is out here. There's this. Maybe we can use that, take that off somehow. The music, John Williams. Yeah. But that's just speaking. It's not like you're gonna take it or something.
What are the critters hiding in this cave? If even somebody like Munkus is after it, it must be incredibly valuable.
I still don't see anything of that shape that we can use. This is just talk and then look at the gate, but you can't like examine this and then take it or something. Or this. Did you fall asleep, Fofox? She said she might. It doesn't mean she will, but she said she might.
Hey, critter.
Hmm? Oh,
See you later.
goes.
You can look pretty.
You can look pretty good. It's almost what I was going to say. Hmm. I don't think there's anything over here for it either. What did he say? He just said it looks too cold to swim in, right? I think that's what he said before. So I don't know. I think that's the only thing he said. So I don't think we're going to get anywhere with that right now. I feel like this is probably the answer at some point. Switching this out with the normal oil, maybe. But can't hear us. How am I going to project my voice? Excuse me. The other option is maybe stick some kind of a ear horn to help him hear better, but I don't think that's going to be really feasible. A bit stumped here. I wonder, I think I already had tried this. I'm going to see if, I don't think he can, but I'm going to see if Nate can maybe go inside. Well, I don't know if that's really going to do anything. Anyway, even if he can. I think he's not allowed to.
What are the
anyway,
critters hiding in this cave? If even somebody like Munkus is after it, it must be incredibly
Okay, he says
valuable.
that, and then is that the only thing?
What are the critters?
Yeah, okay, so he's not even going to try. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, worth a try. We'll see what he does. That's just leave, not examine. Yeah, okay, so let's try.
Hey, Cornelius!
What is the code word?
Bratburger liverwurst.
Because if you get it wrong, maybe he'll suspect you being the
you're
Yeti as
the
a
Yeti,
changeling.
and you are in the cage.
Looks like it.
Then, I've won!
If you say so.
This is fantastic. Just a moment. That was too easy.
Huh?
Why did you lock yourself up? It makes no sense. Unless you, you lovely creature. Are you comfortable there in the cage?
Here in the cage.
May I, perhaps give it a try?
This cage?
Yes, why not?
Well,
Oh, come on.
Good job.
Or are you hiding something?
no, but... All right.
I guess that turns out to be correct. He wants to. He's jealous that it's comfortable or some such, I guess.
Yes! Finally, I've got you.
Oh, no.
Oh, you thought you could trick me, didn't you? But no, not me. Not me! It was a fiendish plan. You gradually took everything from my cave into the cell and wanted to make me believe I was free when I was actually in the cell the whole time. How long were you going to play this game with me, Yeti?
Well...
You were a worthy opponent. Oh, yes, I admit it. But in the end, I was simply smarter than you.
Hey, Monmouth, welcome.
Now, you are trapped, and I will finally be able to prove your existence to my colleagues. As soon as I find the secret door to the outside.
Well, I admit defeat.
Oh, sometimes I thought I was losing my mind. But it was worth it. Oh, yes. It's all worth it. Oh.
Yeah, you win. I'm more interested where... Ah, there it is.
Wow.
A can of the finest machine oil.
Yeah, so the Book of Unwritten Tales is a point-and-click fantasy adventure, but it's high fantasy, so it's or not high fantasy, it's techno fantasy. So you have some gadgetry intermixed with the fantasy, and it's very heavy with cultural references as well. Yeah, so it's like steampunk kind of. Although steampunk typically is heavily steamworks with some magic sprinkled in. This is kind of the flip of that. That's why I said techno fantasy. It's not, I don't know if that's actually a term, but I said it that way on purpose. Because steampunk is mostly machines with some magic sprinkled here and there. Like Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura is a good example of that. Magic's dying out. Steam is like Steamworks and stuff are all over the place. This is kind of the reverse. Technology is a new thing in this world, so they have some steampunk aspects, but it's still mostly magically based. Yeah, I think Somni, I think what happened was, remember earlier, yeah, it's fun, right? Exactly. Remember earlier in discussion with Cornelius, Cornelius had said he thought that Nate might be the Yeti. He is crazy, you're right. But I think it's Cornelius thought that the Yeti was actually a changeling. So Nate was able later to convince him by saying the wrong password, looking like Nate, and being in the prison cell. He was able to convince Cornelius that he had caught the changeling. that the changeling wasn't actually Nate in the cell, it was the Yeti as the changeling. So it looked like Nate, but it wasn't Nate in the cell. I think that's what was going on there. Yes, it's insanity, but it's going along with what he had previously said was why he thought that Nate was the Yeti in the cell versus generally speaking. Anyway, so that enabled us obviously to get the can of machine oil. So now we need a piston from somewhere, and I also still need to convince that other, or trick or whatever, that other guard by the submarine entrance, get him distracted long enough we can get inside, or else get rid of him altogether so we can get inside the submarine. We still have those two things. I suspect the piston will be a reward once we steal what they needed from the submarine back. So I think we need to still, I think the order of operations, as it were, is get rid of the second guard, enter the submarine, steal what the critter race needs, give it to them, get a piston as a reward in return, and then we can, you know, they can finish fixing up the Mary with the piston, and then we can move along. And then likely Critter will go with us at that point. I also don't know how long this is as a total, because this isn't a DLC really, but it's a prequel to the original game, but I think it's shorter than the first game is. So we may, once we find out how to get back on the airship, get it finish getting it repaired, and leave, that might be the end of this game. And then we would just have the second, basically the Book of Unwritten Tales 2, to continue on. Yeah, so I think it's about 2 years ago now, Monmouth, I played the original game, the Book of Unwritten Tales. Now this is as a prequel. So Kissy on my YouTube channel had requested that I play this as well as the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. They actually found my channel through the Book of Unwritten Tales, the first playthrough that I did. So I'm doing this partly by request of them. I mean, I want to play it also, but I'm doing it. They reminded me, and I was like, oh yeah. Anyway, well, like I said, I think this one, if I remember right, from what I read, I think this is shorter than the first game. And then I would play the second game, but maybe not right on the heels. But I don't want to wait nearly as long. I think I would want to finish up, you know, as soon as I finished up sometime in the springtime of 21, then I would probably start Book of Unwritten Tales 2. Sometime in the spring of 2021, I think is kind of the plan. Okay, so how am I going to get rid of that second guard is the question, though. Because that is going to determine... I mean, look at Cornelius's cell. Probably just a dialogue, like he says something.
There is a very satisfied scientist sitting in there.
Talk to him.
Hi, Cornelius.
Well, 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 what have we here? You weren't counting on this, were you? Who's laughing now?
He's such a goof. Okay. I guess we're done with Cornelius, probably for the rest of the game. We'll see. Yeah, see how there's a reflection here? That's where we got him to knock himself out. The Yeti saw that, was like, rawr, because thought it was another... When Cornelius was in Yeti mode, his dual personality, his split personality disorder, he was in his other personality, the Yeti. And when he saw himself in this reflection, thought it was another Yeti. The Yeti thought it was another Yeti. Smacked the ice, knocked out, and then flipped back to Cornelius. Anyway. I actually don't see anything else in here. So, let's switch to Critter, see if Critter finds anything. If Critter doesn't find anything in here to really grab or anything, then I think we're done with the cave. Very possibly for the rest of the game, but we'll see. Oh, how was the workout? Nice. That's good. Yeah. I'm glad you were able to make it back before the end of the stream. Yeah, I'm still going for a bit. I probably got 45 minutes to an hour left of the stream today, probably, I think. And then I'll finish up. Something like that. I was telling Faux Fox earlier, I need to probably tonight work on it some and then finish it hopefully tomorrow and or Tuesday. I need to get the next part of The Last of Us and We Happy Few done though also. So maybe I'll do We Happy Few, like I'll start processing that tonight. Record the next couple of parts of The Last of Us tonight after the video finishes processing. First thing tomorrow, set the next part of Last of Us 2 up and have that process, and then maybe noonish, something like that, then start working on my video announcement for my Halloween stream. I'd like to finish that before the end of the month. Before the month ends. It's the end of the month, but before the month ends, so that I can announce it, and then you have like all October for people to see it and be reminded, oh yeah, that Halloween stream's coming up. Rather than what happened last year, I think I only finished it because I forgot about it. I think I only finished it maybe like 2 or 3 days, or like maybe the week before. So it didn't give people a lot of time to decide if they were going to be able to make it on the stream. I still had good attendance, but I'm just saying, I think it's better if I let them know sooner. I
There's
have.
nothing to giggle at, my little friend. You are a prisoner and don't even know it.
So now he's so insane he thinks that people out here are the prisoners. Okay. You're a weirdo. you're not really there. Yes, Stargoods, I played 1 and 2. And then, of course, well, I don't know if you've seen that on my channel or not, but on YouTube, I have the playthrough of Diablo 3 when it got released. So I had 2 playlists. One is with a monk. I never finished that because I ran out of time, and basically I tried to so when Diablo 3 came out, I did the initial playthrough as a ranger or hunter, whatever it's called in that game. I don't remember which one anyway. I did that full playthrough. Then when Act 4, the DLC for that was releasing, about a month before that released, I started doing a monk playthrough, but I didn't quite make it before the DLC released. Shifted gears over to the DLC, and I forgot to go back finish the monk playthrough. So don't bother with the monk playthrough. I might even want to just delete that playlist, honestly. I don't know if I'm ever really going to finish that one. But yes, I played 1 and 2. They were fun. I like them a lot. I was actually telling Somni earlier, the last part of the 1990s and the first part of the 2000s, that was my time playing Diablo and Diablo 2. I did a lot of playing of them around that time. If I remember right, something like that. Early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, something like that. I didn't see anything else in here. So I guess we're done. Switch to Nate and bring Nate out also. Okay, we gotta figure out some way to get rid of that guard. Still don't know how. I can give him the machine oil at least, though, probably, right? Here you go, buddy. There you go. You.
I found some machine oil.
Excellent.
All that's missing is the piston.
Oh, he was tapping because he's doing a measurement. I was wondering if he was like going to say something to me. Okay. Sorry. And like I said, I think that's going to be, I don't know for sure. Obviously, right, because I haven't played this before, this prequel, but I think we're going to have to get rid of him, the guard over here, before we get the piston as a reward, most likely. I'm guessing they have a piston somewhere inside their ship. Well, Actually, Nate asked him point blank, right? And I don't know that he actually will, so maybe not, actually. Yeah, by the time you get to 3, it's kind of, in a lot of ways, you kind of already understand the feel of it anyway. So it loses a little bit of the enamor of the early ones, I think. Yeah, I think they made a little bit of a mistake with the third one also in shifting the focus away, right? It shifted to kind of, I don't know how to say it exactly. It was like they did a bit of shifting around in the storyline, like, and now this cutscene and then this thing happens, and now you're shifting characters, kind of like who's bad or whatever or not, but also, yeah, there weren't nearly as many dark things. That's true, like graves and stuff, like graveyards and haunted forests and stuff. There weren't nearly as many of those. It tended to be much more just a lot of enemies are coming after you and whatever, yeah. Tristram Village, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I don't know that I would want to benefit Blizzard in the process is the thing. But otherwise, I think it would be kind of cool to take the story of Diablo and Diablo 2 and make that into like some kind of either maybe a television series, like something like not a television, like a streaming series, like something on Hulu or something, or movies possibly. Although movies you'd be hard pressed, I think, to tell it all within just a couple of movies. So I feel like maybe it'd be better if you did it as a streamed series. But the problem with that is, since it's their IP, Blizzard would earn a bunch of money from that. And I'm not sure if I'm excited with the idea of giving Blizzard a bunch of money. I don't have anything against Blizzard per se, but Blizzard already made World of Warcraft the movie. If that means that doing like a Diablo series of movies or streaming series or something would turn out kind of that quality, I'm not terribly impressed. So World of Warcraft movie was okay. I mean, visually, even, it was just okay to me, not great. There were some things I thought were amazing, like the Griffin that what's his name rode. I thought that was pretty well done. But like the orcs were only so. They were too CGI-ish, like cartoonish. Kind of like what Somni was saying for the third Diablo game, actually. Anyway. So I wouldn't want it to turn out like the World of Warcraft movie. I feel like that was a fail, and I don't really think I would want to... If that's what would happen if you had Blizzard involved, then I would have a problem with that. So I don't know if you want to do that or not, because it's a Blizzard-owned IP. They'd get their hands on it and mess it up, is what I'm fearing. Okay, there's literally nothing in here that I'm seeing. So I don't know... And that's just cleaning solvent, which how would I use... I'll try this again, but he might just spring on it like before.
Huxley.
Huxla? I don't understand. I guess he's just saying he's not going to use it anymore because of something in here. I don't know. Sorry, Critter. I can't understand you half the time. Even when you point. I know you're trying, buddy, but I just cannot understand your language. Yeah, were I to ever oversee a project to make like a Diablo television series or something, I'd probably want to do it kind of like the guys who were over the Game of Thrones series, meaning just in this way, meaning that I had creative control so I wouldn't get other people's hands in the cake messing it up, right? And then I would probably speak to the leads of the Diablo franchise, then use them as creative direction to help me figure out how, like, the feel and stuff, making sure stuff came across well, but like in a way that fans would feel like it was a real tribute to the game or whatever. But then beyond that, not really. Why'd she grab a bottle and then another one appeared? What? And we've already used the contents of the other bottle we had swapped it for. So I don't know if we're ever going to grab this, because when we tried to grab this when it had whiskey in it, or brandy, I think it was brandy, when it had brandy in it, she said that was his medicine and we shouldn't take it. So I feel like probably not. Did we talk to her again? I'm not sure what's going on.
Hello.
Halapep.
Very weak. Help back home.
Yeah, I actually did the Raven Legacy of a Master Thief as a playthrough. It's on Twitch mostly. I think I only have the last one on YouTube. I probably need to put it on YouTube. Just so the whole thing is there.
No, Father!
Halapep.
Father, more important.
Togum.
Yeah, that's what she said before, so.
Halapep.
Podalaput, whatever that means. He's saying that it's. The father is pretty much kaput or something. So there's nothing really in there.
Halapep.
No, come in.
I guess he was asking her if she would come outside. I don't know. But he's not feeling well, so she's taking care of him right now. Not that we're going to get anything else out of either of those two. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Star Goods. Take care of yourself. We'll see you another time. Have a good night. I really don't know what we're going to use to get this guy to move or whatever. I thought earlier maybe we could put Critter over him and have Critter distract him or something. But, oh, we can look at the hole in the ice. That's something different, I guess. Glug glug burr. Okay. give that to him as cleaning solvent, maybe?
For you.
Still won't use it on the hatch, though. I suppose maybe I should just run around with the cleaning solvent like this and see if I can use it somewhere. Can't exit off the side of the screen this way, so... Alright, let's see if there's somewhere I can use it. If I don't find anything with critter, maybe I can find something with meat. Woo! Oh, did you recently do Iron Harvest? Oh, that was good? Okay. Or pretty good anyway. Yeah. Yeah, so the only ones I've done, I think, from them are Raven Legacy of Master Thief and then this. I looked to see if they had the Raven games, but I think they only did the Master Thief. I don't think they did other ones in that series, although I feel like there are others in the Raven series, but just not these guys, Mad Head Games or whatever. Oh, do a Star Wars movie, a straight adaptation from Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Yeah, well, I haven't played those, so I don't know how great they are. But you would obviously have, unfortunately, one major obstacle, which is Disney. And if Disney is kind of... They may not be anymore. I don't know if they've changed their minds or whatever, but if they're kind of stuck in their, this is the plan with Star Wars going forward mode, whatever that might be, then that'd be more difficult, obviously, to get to happen. And you end up, a lot of these, especially big studios, will tend to, even if you're trying to do a fan-made something or other, a lot of these big studios will end up giving you a cease and desist kind of an order or something. So that's a thing, unfortunately, also. Use this inside at all, maybe? I saw, not too long ago, I saw, for example, a video where I didn't even know this existed, but apparently this was a thing. So there were people, I guess, making some fan film about Star Trek, and they got a cease and desist order. They legally were required to shut down production, and they had already made some, not a ton, but some finished sequences of like space battles and stuff, and they looked like really good. I mean, for fan-made film and stuff, they looked really pretty good quality, and they weren't allowed to keep any of it. They basically had to shut it all down because legal reasons. So, unfortunately, when are we going to use this solvent, I wonder? Because it doesn't seem like anybody wants to take it. Yeah, that's right. It does suck that companies do stuff like that. go here, what? Where are you going? Just to the end there. Alright. One last place, I guess, maybe no, because I can't interact with anything here anyway, though. So is there really going to be anything here I can use? I mean, I'm just hovering over pretty much everything, right? But I don't think there's anything in here probably that's going to take this. Doesn't seem like anything is showing up to interact. Yeah, no. Okay. So I think it's a bust on this side with Critter. So we can have Nate try the same thing. Oh, I already tried this stuff here though, right? I think I already tried this when I came in. Wait. That's just exit. I saw the orange and thought maybe something else interacted. It's just the exit thing though.
Oh, great.
Wasn't there some indicator that had something on the... Oh, there. Go back to the ice sheet. Okay. So that's just going back over to where the wreck is. I see. Yeah, exactly. They did that with Knights of the Old Republic. They also kind of have... I don't know if they fully did so or not. It feels like they kind of have backtracked episodes, or backed up on 7, 8, and 9 as well. Not fully, but kind of. They kind of did a... Because, like, 9 was kind of trying to retcon 7 and 8 a little bit. Anyway, they finally got what's-her-name out of there. She's no longer leading Lucasfilm stuff. And they're actually... I think they've gotten into talks with George Lucas himself to try to come back and be kind of the guy that helms Star Wars moving forward or something. Which sort of, like, reverses course where Lucas was trying to retire. But by the same token, look what they did to his franchise once he retired. So it wouldn't surprise me to come back. He's like, I have to fix this whole mess you guys created. So I don't know if they're going to retcon any of those things or not. I'm really not sure how that's going to work out. We'll see, I guess. So nothing over here is going to take this, it looks like. Okay, so we'll have Nate go this way. Anything over here he can... Food, food, food. Yeah. I remember playing, I don't even remember what it is now, what it's called, but there was a LucasArts game around, I want to say, the last part of the 90s, maybe 97, 98, something like that, that had a fair amount of cliff jumping. You had like a jetpack or something, and you would jet over to and from different ledges in like a valley or something like that. It's been a long time now. I only played that once. I don't remember really much. I don't know if that's enough description to go on and know what I'm talking about, but anyway. Yeah, I enjoyed that one quite thoroughly. So it seems like the only thing left in this cave for anything at all is just a look back at Cornelius. But there doesn't seem to be anything else to grab or interact with. So, okay. So we'll go back to the junk pile one more time. I don't know if there's going to be anything there, but I'll see if there's some way I can use this. Yeah, I don't know, and I didn't give much of a description because I only vaguely remember it. So I may not be describing it correctly even either. I'm going off of memory, and if memory is incredibly flawed, which it very well could be since that was, 2 decades ago, I may not remember enough to be able to make it identifiable. Excuse me. So further in, maybe. Even that, I'm not especially hopeful on. Yeah. The game I played, I don't remember fully. There were some hangars also, I think. I think it was sort of like a Hoth-ish type of situation, except I think it was on a very arid, dry world. And there was a decent amount, at least in one section, of kind of hopping from ledge to ledge on the sides of like a cliff or a valley pass or something. But you had like a rocket, I think you had a jetpack or something that would take you so you could get across. And you ended up having to fight like I don't think there were AT-ATs. I think you had to fight AT. What's the two-legged one? ATST or whatever. I don't remember. Anyway, I don't remember the designation. Something like that. I think you had to fight those at some point. I can't remember though. It's been literally 2 decades, so I don't remember much of it anymore. I'll have to look at games released maybe like 96 to like 2001, somewhere in that stretch, and see of the LucasArts games released in that time and see if one of those matches kind of what I'm not really remembering extraordinarily well right now. And then I can tell you what it was. And then I can even watch somebody doing some gameplay and then be like, oh yeah, so that's how that works. It's very easily possible that I'm misremembering certain events from the game and stuff.
Maybe I can get out of here in one piece if the furballs help me. It's lucky I ran into them.
Oh, it might have been Rogue Squadron. That sounds familiar, at least from around that time. Might have been Rogue Squadron, actually. I think it was something along those lines, like an underground movement fighting against the Empire or something like that, but I can't remember for sure. But it was something along those lines, yeah. And he'll just say the usual, I don't know what they're hiding behind there, right? Or whatever.
What are the critters
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. Alright, well, I think I'm going to have to come at this fresh. I'm not coming up with any new ideas right now. Here. All right, so we'll call it good for today. It's almost at the 2-hour mark. That's fine. So we'll call it good for today, but I will, like I said, hopefully have more Last of Us 2, We Happy Few. Sometime maybe midweek I'll have more Elix videos, uploaded videos. And then I will also have, I should also have my Halloween announcement video coming up relatively soon. And then if at some point I can manage to get in contact with somebody who's supposed to be doing some voice work for me, then I will hopefully have my next Daniel lore or biography video up as well. But we'll see how that works out. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to coordinate schedules and see what you can get. Thanks for joining me, guys. Appreciate it. Stargood, Somni, Faux Fox, Monmouth, everybody that stopped in. Silo didn't stop in, did he? Anyway, everybody who stopped in, thanks for it. I appreciate it. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you on Discord or in comments on my other videos. Until next time, peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.